We're live. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Hope you're having a good day. Ignore my husband in the chat. He thinks he's funny. He is funny, but don't inflate his ego. Anyways, how are we today? Kate is here. Hello. Thanks for the sandwiches. Good morning. I'm ready for a productive writing day. Yes. So yesterday actually wasn't terrible, but it wasn't as high of a word count that I wanted to have. I believe I got, let me find my, I wrote 2,161 words yesterday, which is higher than what I needed, but not as high as I wanted. But it is what it is. It's fine. Today, during the first sprint, I have to at least put in an Aldi order because we need groceries. And I really want paninis for dinner tonight. Unless Joe had other plans, but anyways. Melanie is here. Good morning. Alicia, good morning. And Micah, Alex. Joe, you have a fan club. It's oh my gosh. Oh, you guys are hilarious. Oh, I never made the connection that Joe's your hubby. Hi, Joe. Yeah. He likes to troll every so often. And they think you're funny, Joe. Yes, thank God it's Friday. 2,100 words is pretty amazing. I was just hoping for like 8K. But I also did a bunch of journaling yesterday as well. So I can't really complain too much. I want to officially start my zero draft today for Aileron, or is it Aileron? I think in the Discord you said it was Aileron, but I need to submit a few job apps. Ugh, me too. Me and Chipotle, not a good match. Me and the food industry, not a good match. I can't do it. As much as I love food, I cannot work in the food industry. The only food industry job that I've ever had, and I actually really liked it, was working for my aunt's cheesecake shop that she had. But that was only for a few years. But I didn't want to do any other kind of food industry. Like I had several friends who worked at McDonald's, and they would come home and have to like immediately shower because that's all they smelled like, and it was so gross. And I just didn't want that. And I just figured that's just how it is at every food place. Not that retail's any better. Retail can bring out the crazies. So, but I also have to do some job hunting, but I want to focus on the writing during the sprints and then work on the job applications later. Aileron. Okay, got it. Perfect. I forgot what I was going to say. The kids are still with my sister-in-law right now. She's actually taking them to go see Sonic 3 and then taking them out to McDonald's because that's their favorite place to eat. And then they'll be home. So I don't know exactly what time they're going to be home. I'm thinking they're going to be home in, let's see, probably 12:30 or 1, assuming the movie is about 2 hours. So we'll see how long we go today. But first things first, let's go ahead and get this first sprint started and out of the way. After this first sprint, I will go ahead and do the forest room if you guys want to do those. I'm going to eat and I'm going to put in my Aldi order. So I'm actually going to go ahead and make this big so you guys don't have to watch me eat. I will see you guys back in 25 minutes. Happy sprinting. Okay, and that was that sprint. How did we do? Let's reround this. All right. I finished eating my breakfast, brunch, who knows. And I put in our Aldi order, grabbed Storm from outside. Cannot tell if she laid in like decaying leaves or not, because she kind of smelled, but I don't know if that was just, I don't know. I hope she did not, because I don't have the patience to give her a bath today. I'm gonna go ahead and create a room if you guys want to plant a tree with me. And then I'll put the break on and head to the chat. 3PUYSFMSG is the forest room code. It is scrolling at the bottom of the screen, and it is in the chat. And let me start the break. Esther is here. Good morning. Well, afternoon for you. It's still morning time for me. But hello, Esther. Happy to have you. Yes, it's so great to see Esther. 579 words for Alicia. Good job. Damn, Alex. 3,300 words, almost 3,400 for the day. Amazing. This is what I was hoping to do yesterday. Alicia, I'm going to do one more sprint. I have to pick up my son from camp at noon. Awesome. Yeah, like I said, I don't know when my kids are going to be back. I'm thinking they're going to be back in like an hour and a half to 2 hours. Let's see. What shall we do for today? Shall we do a Disney one? Let's see. I've got Alice in Wonderland, Little Mermaid, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, Moana, Frozen, a bunch of Harry Potters, Disney princesses. Is this the winter one? I see. Yeah. Mulan, Wall-E, Stitch, Cinderella, Snow White, Tiana, random just Disney related ones, Dalmatians, Maleficent and Aurora, Rapunzel, Hades, more just Disney, and some Baby Yoda, some Boba Fett. What are we thinking? Micaiah got 600 words. Congrats. Y'all are getting some amazing word counts in. Yes, I haven't even started the writing yet, but I did do a lot in that last spring. I'm about to submit my third application. Why are job applications so time consuming? Like most of the job applications that I've had to do require writing a cover letter. And you know how you have to like personalize the cover letter, and it can't just be like a standard cover letter that you send to all the companies. You have to actually like, you know, make it for that company. I detest cover letters so much. So much. And I feel like whenever I do a day of job hunting and I only get like 4 applications done because all of these have cover letters, or you have to get letters of recommendation or whatever. And I'm just like, it's so draining. So draining. Going to do 2 more, then take a break to focus on writing. Yes. Definitely take breaks when you're job hunting because it is a job of its own. Should get paid for just job hunting alone. 433 for Kate of my mind dump before I work on my writing projects. Yay! Because of the weather, Frozen. It's surprisingly not too bad outside, but we can go with Frozen. It's got a little Anna and you can't see because of the stupid lighting. It's got Anna, Elsa, Olaf, Sven, and Kristoff, and then snowflakes on it in like a light blue background. I had a good week. I surprised myself. Once I return to work, I know I will slow down, so I am taking advantage of every word I can get. Yes, it is a great mindset. I avoid the cover letters as much as possible, to be honest. Same, but there are some jobs that are just too good to pass up. But then, having to write the cover letter is ridiculous. Like I've had to write a cover letter several times for a librarian clerk, not a librarian, a clerk of the library. And it's so freaking annoying. Like if I could just go to a place and shelve books all day, I would be happy. Do you know how many times I've applied to Barnes & Noble? Too many times to count. And I still have not gotten a call from any of the times that I've applied. I just want to go shelve books, recommend books to people if they ask. Because let's be honest, most of us don't like talking to people. That's all I want to do. What do you wish, Melanie? We've had a couple bursts of lake effect on and off for the past 2 hours. I came back from door dashing just before the whiteout started. Good life choice. Dang. We got a little bit of snow yesterday. Like there's still some snow on my car, but that's just because it's in the shade. I don't know if we're supposed to get any more snow. Let me see. No, I don't want San Francisco. I'm not supposed to get anything today. It's supposed to be like partly sunny and it's supposed to cool down later. Let's take a look at the 10-day. It's looking like we are going to get snow Sunday night into Monday. So if it snows too much, the kids may not go back to school on Monday. Especially since Amelia went home with her Chromebook. So if there's bad weather, they'll do an e-learning day that day. Otherwise, the rest of next week is supposed to be all partly cloudy every single fucking day. So, let's see. I worked at Walden Books back in the day. Best job ever. Yeah. Seriously, we should get paid just for applying to these jobs because it is literally a job in itself. And I am wholly convinced that most of these places are not actually hiring. They just have to tell the government that they're hiring, because the lack of responses that I get, even just as a canned automatic message, I don't receive them. I hate it. If job hunting could be a job in itself, I guess I would do it, because I do it anyways. But if I could get paid for it, it would be fantastic. -31 by you. Oof, that is very chilly. Will be a coffee sipping kind of day. Yeah, I actually have to make coffee still. Dang, Kate. It is 23 by me. So it feels like summer over by me compared to where you are. It's 23 and it feels like 14 degrees. But we also don't have any like wind right now. The wind is pretty minimalistic right now. Melanie's asking Northwest, Kate. Doesn't feel like winter in Louisiana. My son wants snow, but that is not going to happen. No, I know parts of Texas can get snow at times. They're more prone to getting ice when like the Arctic blast dips that low. Does Louisiana ever get that kind of stuff? For snow, you definitely kind of have to be above Tennessee in that like lane, or in the mountains. I still got myself an iced coffee from Dunkin' on the way home because I have a problem. You know, my brother only drinks iced coffee. He does not like hot coffee. It's iced always. I wish I could send y'all some of ours. Oh, I guess the South might get some bad storms again Sunday. That might be part of what I'm getting on Sunday, but since I'm so north, mine will be snow. Alberta. Okay, that explains it. Rain today. I hate winter rain. Winter rain is the worst. Absolute worst. Cloudy most of the week except Monday is cold, rain / maybe snow if the temp stays low. Yeah. Yeah, y'all actually get snow. If I get a few snowflakes, or if a few snowflakes get on the road, no one knows how to drive. Yeah. I still remember my husband telling me a story of when he was dating someone in, I think it was Memphis, Tennessee. And they got like a half an inch of snow, and the entire like city that got the snow shut down. And she texted him and was like, "Hey, we're closed, you know, everything's closed today." And Joe was like, "Oh, that's great. I still got to go to work." And she's like, "But didn't you guys get snow?" And he's like, "Yeah, we got like 4 or 5 inches, but we're still going to work." And she's like, "Oh, our entire town is closed." Not up here. we don't shut down. The only time I've ever seen a town pretty much shut down is when we had snow apocalypse in February of 2011. And that was when we got, I think it was 32 or 36 inches of snow in one night. And so in the morning, we were all snowed in. That is the only time I've ever seen it shut down. It snowed here 7 years ago, and that was enough to really cover the ground 5 to 6 inches. I love snow. Snow is my favorite. Even with getting snow every year, people forget how to drive up here. Yes, this. I don't understand why people don't remember how to drive in snow. I don't get it. We get it every year. It's me. I'm the Southern person that doesn't know how to drive. No, but we're not talking about you. We're talking about the people who live up here in the north who experience snow every year on a yearly basis. And they still don't ever remember how to drive in the snow. There's probably 50% of us that don't remember how to drive in the snow when it comes around. It drives me bonkers. I'm from Minnesota. I didn't learn to drive in Minnesota, but because I'm from Minnesota, my mom, when she was making me do all of my hours for my learning permit for the for driving, my driving permit, one, I had to do 100 hours with her instead of I think the school only like required 25 hours or something. She made me do 100 hours and 50 of those hours had to be in winter conditions. Because she lived in Minnesota for like 10 years almost. And she's like, you can't not know how to drive in the snow. And I will forever be thankful that she made me do that. We don't have salt for the road, so they put sand. That's actually quite common in a lot of states. We personally do sand, or we personally do salt, but I think the salt might be better for ice, if I remember correctly. I don't know. Don't quote me. Don't quote me. It's so funny, the different standards depending on where you are geographically. We go to school in hurricanes around here, but shut down in snow. Different tolerances. I mean, we still go to school when there's tornadoes. Just, if there's a tornado that comes by, you huddle in the hallway and you protect your neck. We here in the Midwest, we go to school and work no matter what, except for extreme cases. I say the same about people not knowing how to drive during rain. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. It's almost as bad as the people not knowing how to drive in the snow when they live in that kind of area. It's crazy. That's actually a good idea with the additional driving practice. Yeah, my mom refused to sign off on my papers until I did 100 hours with her, even though I was like I was still 16 when I got my driver's license, but I was towing closer to the 17 age mark because my mom wanted me to do extra hours. Over here too happens every year. Yep. It's insane. All right, let's go ahead and get this next sprint started. We've been chit-chatting a little bit. And let's all right, I'll see you guys back in 25 minutes. Happy sprinting. Okay, and that was that sprint. How did we do? I got a little distracted. I was updating some of my spreadsheets, finishing my sprint tracker, and then trying to figure out how to start this scene. Like, I know what's happening in the scene, but I don't know what I know what's happening later in the scene. I don't know how to get to where that later is. I just sometimes the beginning of new scenes trip me up and I just have to think about it. It's a pain in the ass. I don't even know if any of that made sense. It's fine. Everything's fine. Jen, I am streaming. Good morning. It's definitely good morning for Jen. I only have like 4 more minutes of morning time. Melanie, I've got my 5 applications submitted. Gonna make lunch, then switch gears to writing. Awesome. I have serious long hair envy with those braids, Stephanie. So cute. Thanks. My hair doesn't usually get this long. I am fully blaming it on the fact that I have been keeping up with my multivitamins and other vitamins pretty regularly. So I think it's helping the hair. Now these are the only kinds of braids that I know how to do. Is just a simple 3-strand braid. It's a little messy, but I needed it like out of my face and out of the way, but still wanting it to look somewhat cute. My bangs are something else entirely. But thank you. I can only sprint for 15 minutes, but I wrote 406 in 15 minutes. That's amazing. Happy sprinting, everyone. See you next time. Thanks for joining us, Alicia. Ending my writing day at 37:13. Yes, queen. We'll probably continue to brainstorm. Right now I'm taking edits slow because I don't love this stage. I mean, still, 37:13, that's amazing. Yes, well done, everyone. I started making lunch. Now I'm waiting for ibuprofen to kick in for my sinuses. Can't breathe out of my nose. I guess this isn't just allergies anymore. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, Melanie, you ghostwrite too? I'm still waiting to hear back from that company, so I'm just working on my own project for the time being. I am currently child-free. My sister-in-law took them yesterday for a TT fun day and sleepover, and then this morning they went to go see Sonic 3, and I'm pretty sure they're going to be getting out of the movie soon, and then I think they're going to go to McDonald's for lunch, and then they will be home. So I have been child-free for a little over 24 hours, and it's been peaceful. I got a bunch of laundry done. I should have cleaned the kitchen. I haven't yet. I got a decent amount of words in yesterday, 2100. And did some journaling and read a few hundred pages of a book. So it was a pretty successful day yesterday. Does anyone want a cat? He is being so wild this morning. Unfortunately, no. As much as my kids want a cat, Joe is not a cat person, so we stick to dogs over here. Hopefully he calms down, though, for you. 500 words from Micah. Started a laundry load and read emails about possible school closes and procedures. Nice. Sadly, no writing done, but worked on budgeting Friday stuff. But I did bring it up. It's called Snow Spirits right now. Then I'll work on book 2 that needs to be done. Nice. I got a couple of words in, but I'm not even counting them. They'll go into the next sprint because it's not enough to even mark down. I'm child-free too. She is at the mom-in-law's house after spending the night. Gotta love those kinds of nights. As much as I love my kids, it felt really good just having like a total me day. I do wish I got a little bit more sleep last night, but I was really into the book that I was reading. Oops. My brother isn't a cat person either, otherwise I would take him. Yeah, Joe is definitely not a cat person. Whenever the kids ask if they can get a cat, he always says that Papa's allergic to them, and I don't know if it's true or not. I've never confirmed it, but I do know that Joe is just not a cat person. One of our friends used to have a cat, and I don't remember what her actual name was, but she was the literal devil. She was terrible, and she was so mean. We all called her either Little B or Satan because she was terrible. And I think that didn't help the case of Joe being a cat person or not. He just wants attention. He's figuring out the worst ways to get it. Like a child sometimes. Ooh, my Aldi order is in progress. It says it's in progress, but they haven't shopped anything yet. Okay. I'm not adult enough to have a dog. I wouldn't walk it enough and keep it busy. I love them though. Yeah, we need to go on walks with Storm more often, but it wasn't until like last summer where she was okay with like being on the leash and walking out of our yard. She got like so scared and so skittish with like everything that she wouldn't go past the front door. Except for when she wanted to run. But like when we would go for walks, we had to like kind of like drag her down the street, and then she would start doing a walk with us. But it wasn't until like last summer where she was like, oh, okay, let's go for a walk. So when it gets warmer out, we need to get better at taking her for walks. But we have a big ass yard, like backyard, and we throw the tennis ball for her and everything, and she'll get all of her zoomies out and she'll run laps in the yard because we have, I think, a 1/4 acre lot, and that's actually pretty big for our area, and she will just run and run and run. I don't know how she has the energy. I love both cats and dogs, but I don't miss taking them outside in the cold at 6 a.m., to be honest. Yeah, that's probably my least favorite thing. It's one of the reasons why I wish we had like a sliding door for our backyard, but we have to physically go outside of the house to do it. So that's a pain, but I've never not had a dog in my life. So I kind of can't stop now. You guys can do what I did to get one and pick one up off the side of the road after he was almost hit by a car. Oh, and then naming him within 2 minutes of meeting him. Never name them because then you get even more attached. But yeah, people out there are not great. But that also means you were meant to have him. Yes. Jen would be tempted. Oh, he was only 8 weeks old. Poor guy. We rescued Storm. We found her at a shelter, and they took her in from actually Tennessee, and she was living outside, and we think that's why she's pretty skittish of a lot of noises that happen outside, because she spent the first like 5 months of her life living outside. And like even to this day, she's still super skittish around people. She's good with us and like the people that she sees on a frequent basis, but she like cowers a lot. The poor girl. Oh yeah, she is 63% husky, 13% Great Dane. I don't know how, because she's the tiniest thing on the planet. She's a whopping 34 pounds. So I don't know where the Great Dane comes in. And then the rest of her is like a mixture of a whole bunch of different terriers. But she's mostly husky. All right, y'all, we're going to go ahead and get another sprint in. Let's... Very active breed, yes. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Huskies are one of my favorites. Sophie, who we had before Storm, she was a husky, but she was the laziest husky ever. But she also came from a really bad home before we got her. So by the time we got her, her energy levels were like super depleted, and like she would have like bursts of energy for about 10 minutes and then be completely done for the rest of the day. She does not, actually. She is very tiny. She's literally 34 pounds. On average, I think huskies are between 60 and 90 pounds, depending on how big they are. And Great Danes are even bigger than that. She's so small. She doesn't look anything like a Great Dane, but she apparently has 13% Great Dane in her. Yeah, I love. You heard her barking. She was barking at probably a bag rolling down the street, or maybe someone was walking down the street. She barks at whatever she wants to. No, it was all different types of terrier. So like the wishbone dog, she had some of that terrier in her. A whole bunch of different types of terrier. I forget all of them. I would have to look at the rest of her. It was her brother who got the DNA test results, and their owners sent it to us. But I don't remember any Pomeranian in her. But the craziest thing is she looks like she's Husky Shepherd, but she has no German Shepherd in her at all. But she has like the coloring of a Shepherd, and yeah, Jack Russell, that's it. I mean, she was gonna be energetic anyways because she's husky. Our terriers tend to be small and light. We had a Jack Russell Terrier. Yeah, which is strange because my pops has a Jack Russell Terrier. I think she's mixed with probably she's mixed with some other kind of dog, maybe a lab. I'm not sure. But she's huge. She's like 60-ish pounds and she's thick. So like seeing her and having and she has like she looks like the Jack Russell Terrier, but huge. As to where Storm looks like a Husky Shepherd mix, yet she's got the Jack Russell Terrier size. It's so strange. Oh, that is unique. That is very unique. We used to have a Rhodesian Ridgeback, which reminds me of greyhounds a little bit. But that is a very interesting mix. All right, let's go ahead and get this next sprint started. I don't know how much time we have before my kids bombard me. They're not home yet, but I'm expecting them to be home in the next sorry, I got distracted. In the next, I don't know, 40 minutes or so. I'll see you guys back in 25 minutes. Happy sprinting. Okay, and that was that sprint. How did we do? I actually got some words in. Let's see. I don't remember what I was at before. I gotta look at my spreadsheet. 1656. All right, I got 424 words in that round. Not too shabby. That was only the third sprint, right? We've been a little chit-chatty today, right? 424 words. I think I'm going to do one more sprint because the kids aren't home yet. Hold on, unless this was my sister-in-law talking or texting me. Nope, not her. Although she posted some cute photos 2 hours ago on Snapchat of them. They're lucky. They're cute, guys. Yeah, so I think we're going to do one more sprint during this live stream, and then we'll call it for the live stream. And then I'll probably be in the Discord throughout the rest of the day. Micah, genetics are super weird. Super, super weird. It is very interesting that they can trace any kind of DNA in general. Like, it's so strange that they can detect what your ancestry is like through your DNA. Okay, lunch is about ready, but I think I'm going to listen to the audiobook. I need to finish instead of writing. The medicine is helping, but focusing on writing is scary at the moment. I get it. I don't know why, but this seems to be the slowest sprint ever. It did feel like it was going slower. Although I thought after prepping my food, we'd be in chatty time. Glad I still have a few minutes. Jen took a minuscule amount of notes. Micah got 550 words. Melanie has lunch acquired. Alex started the process of delisting books for the move to KU. I'm wishing you luck and that it is good for you. Sounds like a big project, Alex. Good luck. Kate got 296. I actually got some new fresh words done with this magical story in my head. Yay! That's awesome. Oh my goodness. I have draft 0 on my right side and my draft 1 that I'm drafting right now. Draft 0 literally only has an outline through to the midpoint. So it's going to be very interesting when I get there. Also, I've noticed that so the scenes that I started writing in the outline, they're all just like one stream of consciousness type of paragraph. And sometimes it gets a little confusing reading it while I'm trying to make sense of it and like put it in a narrative form. So as much as this draft 0 outlining thing has done me wonders, it's been a little irritating doing the draft 1 with it looking like that. So I might have to figure something else out. I don't know. This is also all in Microsoft Word. So I'm wondering if it would be easier for me to go back to Scrivener so that I can have what my draft 0 says in like the notes section. I don't know. Yes, well done, everyone. Everyone's been doing great. Melanie, for the plotters out there, do you ever outline a scene/chapter and then work the draft next versus outlining in full then drafting in full? I feel like I very rarely have a full outline before I start drafting because I get the urge to just start drafting. And once I start drafting, then I'm looking at draft 0 / my outline at the same time as I am drafting. Or I completely throw everything that I just outlined and I don't pull it up at all, and I just start drafting and try to remember everything. I'm such a weirdo. But yes, there are times, most of the time, where I just dive head into drafting without having a full outline figured out. Like I'm kind of doing that right now since my outline only goes until the midpoint. I don't know what's happening in the second half of the book yet. This is for my contemporary romance. For my fantasy romance, I feel like I have a good sense of where the story is going, but I also have a lot of different outlines kind of merged together, and I need to take a step back and rework all of that outline before I head back into that draft because I was starting to get confused with all of the different plot lines that I was trying to weave together. I'm thinking about trying that for Aileron since I know certain plot points that need to happen, but I don't have it down on how we'll get from one to the other. A lot of people actually only even figure out what the beginning, middle, and end are. And then everything that connects the beginning to the middle to the end is discovery written. So, I mean, whatever works for you. Not a weirdo at all. That made perfect sense to me. Good. I'm glad I make sense to some people. Because I feel like sometimes when I'm talking about my writing stuff to Joe, he just looks at me like I'm a little out there, but he also doesn't really understand the whole writing thing, because that's not his forte. His forte is in engineering and math and designing stairs. That is his forte. He's not into writing. He doesn't even read books. He reads articles. He's a science nerd. Jen outlines the basics and then fills in the details. You're not weird. That's like me too. Okay, I'm not alone. I think that's where I give up outlining because I end up getting too detailed in the outline when I should save that info for the draft. So what I did with this last outline, and I really, really liked doing it, is that as I was going through what's happening in those beats and in those chapters, actually, I didn't even separate it by chapters. I just separated it by beats. When I got to the beat, I thought about what could happen in the scene, and then I would start writing out what I think was happening and any like descriptions or dialogues that came to my mind I wrote in there, but all in just like a stream of consciousness type of paragraph. And then I'm taking that as my draft 0, and with draft 1, I am taking that little paragraph and I'm expanding on it, and that seems to have been helping me. However, looking at it in one big stream of consciousness paragraph gets me a little dizzy because it's not in, like, any kind of format. It's just one long paragraph, so, like, it's good, but it's complicated at the same time. I outline for clients, but I don't go into every detail, just the main points. Yeah, a lot of people are like that. I have no idea what I am. Haha, if it's a fun write, I just let it flow. Ha, I'm a puzzler. Nice. I like the puzzler thing. I think we've discussed this before. You said you do a type of Q&A with yourself. Yeah, so um back in October of 2023, I think it was, um Bethany Atazada did a butter book outline where she outlined with her followers. And the way she had it set up was she had the questions that are asked when you are using the Save the Cat, and questions that Abby Emmons asks when she's doing her 3-act story structure. And I took those kinds of questions and then put them into my own, but also mixed in Romancing the Beat. And so when I was going through each of the beats, um, I was kind of looking at those questions and answering those questions in what this scene would be because of that. And that seemed to help. However, it did get to the point where I got to the midpoint and I'm like, I just want to start drafting this. And so I started drafting. Puzzlers, we do what works best at the moment. Yes, I love this. Because this is exactly how we do puzzles. You start with, the edges, which is like the bare minimum, and then you just do whatever works better at that time. You can start working off in this section, but then once you're a little stuck, you can go move on to another section. Yes, I love it. Love it. Okay, we are going to go ahead and start the very final sprint for this stream before we head out. So let's go ahead and get it started. I will see you guys back in 25 minutes. Happy sprinting. Sorry, guys, the kids came home and scared the complete shit out of me. How long were we how long were we waiting for me to get back on screen? I'm afraid to ask. How many words did I get in? What was I at? $20.80. Okay, so I was able to get some words in. Let's see. 2332 minus 280. I was able to get 252 words in before the kids came home. 252. Oh my goodness. They're whining because they don't want to watch the same thing. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. Okay. Take one look at it. Not a fit, put aside. Yep. Gotta love puzzles. Joanne joined us for the last sprint. Hello, darling. I was working on my project Cedar Hollow, which is the first in my winery series. It's part of the very large contemporary romance world that I created. I was originally going to work on the brewery one and have that series be first, but these characters, Abby and Cole, just will not leave me alone, so I just need to write them. Kind of just hanging out at this point, gonna be taking a nap after stream since I'm under the weather. Oh, Melanie, I hope you feel better. Devin stopped by. Hey, I'm home for a hot minute, but have to run back out for groceries. I have to go pick up mine. My Aldi order is ready. We'll leave this up for runtime. You are the best, darling. Hope you're doing well. Dealing with an upset stomach, so I might drink some ginger ale and take a nap. Definitely take the nap. Everyone seems to be getting a little sick right now. My friend and her kids are dealing with a nasty cold. Katrina's grandson is dealing with the flu and pneumonia, and she's worried that it's gonna, go through her entire house. My sinuses are a little whacked, but everything else I feel okay. But there's a lot of stuff going around right now. Yes, feel better. I'm going to go ahead and take off. I'm super sleepy now, so I'm gonna... Thanks, Melanie, for stopping by. Hope you feel better. Working on 2 different projects at the moment, kind of, sort of. Keep getting sidetracked. Gotta love it. Time for lunch. I shall head out now. We'll see you all later. Thanks, Kate. So sorry I kind of disappeared for a couple minutes. Yes, thanks for hanging out with us. And not long, 5 minutes. Oh no, 5 minutes. I was hoping it was only like a minute. I'm so sorry. Oh man. Anywho, that was the last sprint of this stream, though. I will be in the Discord later. I just have to go pick up our groceries and clean up the kitchen a bit. And then I'm going to get out of these jeans, put on some leggings, and sit on that couch and unfortunately listen to whatever TV show the kids want to watch while I do some more writing or job hunting. Either way, I'll be in the Discord probably doing sprints later. Also, the change in super cold weather that the new year has brought us hasn't helped with feeling any better. True, true, true. It's still not like extremely cold by me. I mean, it's cold, but it's not like super, super cold. We've had colder weather. All right, y'all. The next time I am streaming, let me pull up my schedule real quick. Let's see. Live stream schedule. We are going to be off tomorrow. I might be in the Discord tomorrow. However, we might be going over to my friend's house who they just got a new house, and I think we're going to help them out a little bit. I might be streaming on Sunday. It depends on how I feel. Otherwise, I will be back on Tuesday evening at 7:30 Central, and that's when we'll go back to the definite every Wednesday and every Thursday morning. So Wednesday evening, Thursday morning, and then possibly every Tuesday, depending on how I feel, and some Sundays. But starting next week, we'll be on a more regular type of schedule for the live streaming. So I might be back live streaming on Sunday. We'll see. Micah got 600 words this time. Yes. Good job. Thanks, Joanne. Thanks for stopping by. Y'all are the best. I love sprinting with all of you guys. Alrighty, guys. I will see you, if not in the next live stream, in the Discord. Happy writing, everyone.